What if the choices you make, the beliefs you hold, and even the reasons you help or hurt others are not as clear-cut as you think? What if, beneath every action, there are invisible forces, ancient debates, hidden experiments, and subtle manipulations shaping who you are? Tonight, we journey into the unseen world of psychology and philosophy, exploring the questions your mind is already searching for. Welcome to the Hidden Science, exploring the frontiers of human behavior. Segment 1. Interesting psychology experiments. Let us begin with the stories that have shocked and fascinated the world. Psychology's most interesting experiments. Imagine being asked to shock a stranger, or to play the role of a prison guard. Would you obey? Would you rebel? From the chilling obedience scene in the Milgram experiment to the chaos and cruelty of the Stanford prison experiment, these studies reveal the hidden depths and dangers of human nature. But they also teach us about resilience, empathy, and the power of circumstance. Every experiment is a window into the mind, and sometimes a mirror reflecting our own potential for good and evil. Segment 2. Manipulation techniques in psychology. But what if you're being influenced without even knowing it? Manipulation techniques are everywhere, woven into advertisements, politics, even our closest relationships. These psychological tools, mirroring the foot in the door, are designed to steer your thoughts, your choices, and your feelings. The more you know about them, the more you can spot when someone is pulling your strings. Because sometimes, the greatest power is knowing when you're being played. Segment 3. Philosophical assumptions of behavior analysis. Beneath every psychological study lies a set of philosophical, often invisible beliefs about what counts as truth, what makes us human, and whether we are truly free. Behavior analysis, the science of how we act and change, is built on questions that have echoed for centuries. Are we blank slates, shaped only by experience? Or do we have an inner self, a will that can resist the world's pressures? By exploring these foundations, we see that science is never just about data, it's about the meaning we give to that data. Segment 4. Thought experiments in philosophy. Sometimes, the most powerful experiments happen not in laboratories, but in the mind. Philosophers use thought experiments to challenge our assumptions and stretch our imagination. Would you pull the lever in the trolley problem, sacrificing one to save many? Could you know you're real if you might be a brain in a vat, living in a simulation? These mental puzzles force us to confront the limits of logic, empathy, and reality itself. Segment 5. Psychology conspiracy theories. Not all is as it seems. The world of psychology is fertile ground for conspiracy theories, stories of secret mind control programs, hidden experiments, and government plots. Some, like the infamous others, are fueled by fear and misunderstanding. But all reveal something important: our deep desire to explain the unexplainable, and our vulnerability to suggestion and suspicion. Segment 6. Laws of motion experiments. You might not expect to find psychology in the laws of motion, but every action, physical or mental, follows patterns. Experiments on motion teach us not just about falling apples or speeding cars, but about how we perceive, react, and adapt to change. From the physics of a runner's stride to the split-second decisions of a driver, the laws of motion are written into our behavior. Segment 7. The psychology behind irrational decisions. Why do we make choices that make no sense? Why do we buy things we don't need, or trust people we shouldn't? The answer lies in the psychology of irrational decisions, cognitive biases, emotional shortcuts, and the tricks our minds play on us. By understanding these patterns, we can learn to outsmart our own brains, making better choices for ourselves and those around us. Segment 8. Theories of prosocial behavior. Yet, humans are not just selfish or irrational. We are also capable of extraordinary kindness, generosity, and sacrifice. Theories of prosocial behavior seek to explain why we help others, sometimes at great cost to ourselves. Is it empathy, social expectation, or something deeper? By studying acts of heroism and everyday kindness, we uncover the roots of what makes us truly human. Segment 9. Understanding behavior. Experimental design. Behind every breakthrough in psychology is a carefully crafted experiment. But designing a good experiment is an art and a science. What variables do you control? How do you measure change? Understanding experimental design reveals the hidden rigor behind the headlines and helps us separate real discoveries from wishful thinking. Segment 10. Movement perception in psychology. Our brains are masters of movement. Every second, we interpret a world in motion: catching a ball, dodging a car, dancing to music. But how do we turn flickering images into smooth, meaningful action? The study of movement perception uncovers the secrets of vision, timing, and the illusions that sometimes fool us all. Segment 11. Experimental stress analysis. Stress is everywhere in our bodies, our minds, our lives. But how do scientists study something so personal, so invisible? Experimental stress analysis uses clever tests and measurements to reveal how pressure shapes our health, our performance, and our happiness. By understanding stress, we can learn to master it, turning challenge into growth. Segment 12. Psychology facts about human behavior. And finally, psychology is full of surprises, facts that challenge what we think we know. Did you know your brain can't tell the difference between real and imagined pain? Or that we're more likely to help someone when we're in a good mood? These facts aren't just trivia, they're keys to understanding ourselves and each other. Uplifting music, montage of people learning, helping, and connecting. The science of human behavior is a journey across experiments, philosophies, and the mysteries of the mind. By questioning, exploring, and learning, we move closer to understanding not just how we act, but why. Because in the end, the greatest experiment is life itself, and the biggest discovery is who we become. Thank you for joining us on this adventure into the hidden science of behavior. Stay curious, stay open, and never stop asking, why do we do what we do? For more on the mysteries of the mind, subscribe and explore our channel.